Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. In this video, we want to look at an international observer's analysis of what happened when the Amazon witness appeared before the presidential election tribunal. The Amazon Web Services were the providers of backbone or protection for the Independent National Electoral Commission's server. That testimony was a bombshell, but the media in Nigeria did not cover it adequately. So it is interesting to know what an independent and international observer recorded about what happened and its impact in the presidential election petition in Nigeria. So that is why we are sharing this so that Nigerians will get a better understanding of the significance of that testimony, because that testimony was actually a game changer. So we're going to look at what this international observer saw that day that made him think that the testimony by the Amazon Web Service staff that testified at the Presidential Election Tribunal as subpoenaed by Peter Obi, that testimony, why it is significant and a game changer in the quest for Peter Obi to reclaim his mandate. And before we continue, if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Veteran international human rights lawyer and pro-democracy advocate, Barrister Emmanuel Ogebe, in his third report on election litigation observation mission to Nigeria, has described the Amazon witness PW 007 as Labour Party's bombshell at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja. Barrister Ogebe made the remarks in a piece titled 2023 Election Court Diary Part 3, The Unmasking of Mystery Amazonian Woman Witness, PW007, an international observer's courtside view of Labour Party's bombshell presidential election witnesses cross-examination, Part 2. It could be recalled that this Part 2 was made available to Newsband. It could be recalled that the Labour Party had presented an expert witness from Amazon who said that there was no glitch on Amazon's 33 servers worldwide, as claimed by Nigerian election officials during the 2023 presidential election held on February 25. Reacting, Ogabe noted on social media that he postponed his departure from Abuja to attend what was arguably the hottest show in town, the cross-examination of Labour Party's Bombshell expert witness. He meanwhile decried the failure of the national network news to air the incidents the night before, adding that there was simply no mention of this stunning evidence by witness PW7. According to him, he said he was shocked by how bad media censorship had become in Nigeria. You know, I have done video before where I told you people that the mainstream media are distorting the information coming out of the tribunal. And in some cases, they give blackouts to news that should be of importance to Nigerians. So this international observer also noted that the media was blocking out information on what is going on in the tribunal. The pro-democracy advocate recalled that 30 years ago, when a High Court judge, Hon Justice Dalapo Akinsanya, courageously ruled that the interim national government was illegal, the only court judgment in Nigerian history that nullified a serving federal government. Nigeria's NTA reported the news. According to him, although veiled, the newscaster said the interim national government has vowed to appeal against a judgment by a high court against it today. She didn't state what the judgment was, but we all know the omitted context. If NTA could report that, then why wouldn't they report the mere testimony that Annex claim server glitch was proven false by Amazon reports? He wondered. He mused that the damning, far-reaching implication must have been clearly understood by the presenters. He wrote, I was determined. Now let's get back to the witness 007, which is his main area of concern. The issue of the media was like a side issue, which he has drawn attention, which I also let you know the Nigerian media's manipulation of what is coming out from the courts. Now, back to the burning issue of the witness, the Amazon witness, that is a game changer for Labour Party's P2B. I was determined to see for myself the outcome, knowing that it might again be blacked out in the news, as friend had told me was consistently the case since the trial began. The testimony of PW7 was damaging, and the adjournment for a day before her cross-examination was even more so. This is the class. He said this is the class of strategy of lawyers in Western trials to leave lingering on jurors' minds the last witness's testimony for a long time. He said this is the class of strategy of lawyers in Western juries trial to leave lingering on jurors' mind the last witness testimony for a long time. Now, what he was saying that in countries like Western world, where they practice the jury system, what the lawyers of P2B did is what they normally do. They will not. They don't want the witness to continue. They want to leave the last message from the witness so that the jurors, will be thinking about it until the next sitting. But he even himself didn't like that, since Nigeria is not a jury system, because he was saying that Labour Party's lawyers should have continued and finished the matter that day. He said it was a gamble if that was Labour Party's lawyer strategy, although Nigeria is a non-jury country, because it always buys time for the opposing counsel to fully weaponize their counter-offensive cross-examination. On Tuesday, June 20th, PW7, that's witness number 7, walked into the courtroom dressed in Ankara, giving away a letter that this Nigerian Amazonian had some ties and identification to her roots, unlike her Western business professional conjure of the day before. But she was walking into a minefield, booby trapped by dozens of heavily financed lawyers. According to this international observer, he said, we exchanged pleasantries and I got a slight sense of diffidence or defensiveness. The latter likely because she had probably been prepared for pending fireworks. So today was the harder part of the play, and boy, was it tough. INEC's lawyer, Mahmood, senior advocate of Nigeria, valiantly but unsuccessfully tried to break her armor as an expert witness by citing a missed item in her listing of project development cycle. She was unruffled. Having effectively survived INEC's onslaught, Tinubu's team took her on. Under cross-examination, she admitted that she was a Labour Party supporter who contested in the same election, but that she had disclosed that in her affidavit. Apart from queries about her presence in court on several occasions, prayer, which witnesses are not supposed to do, and a veiled reference to her Twitter handles post. Olani Beku, senior advocate of Nigeria, went in for the kill. He read from an affidavit she had filed in her personal National Assembly election petition, in which she said that she tried but failed to upload her documents to INEC because of a network failure. This was an epic cross-examination. According to the author, many years ago, I was listed as a fact witness against General Abdulsalami Abubakar in the United States human rights litigation by the Abiola family and Enehro Itel in Chicago. Some years later, he was then called to testify as law expert witness in the same case. I ultimately withdrew from active involvement in the case because I could see the potential conflict. If I was listed as a fact witness who was also a torture victim of the military, how could I reincarnate as expert and not allow my testimony to be Jundized by the pure animals? According to him, the witness, that's the lady that witnessed for Labour Party and P2B from Amazon Web Service. The witness kept her head quite alright, but the opponent's research on her dinged her credibility as an expert witness by impeaching her neutrality. To find that much on her within 24 hours in Nigeria, where there is no online court databases, I can only suspect that someone betrayed her to APC. Oh, you see, this particular place is interesting because here the international observer believe that the kind of information that Walolani Beku and could find out about this woman 24 hours later, that it would have been difficult for them, for the APC, Tinubu and Co to know, if not to that somebody in Labour Party team reveals the woman's identity to APC. Invariably, what this international observer is saying that there are people who are like saboteurs or enemies within in the legal side of Peter Obi. That should worry anybody, but not to worry. Let's go and continue with his observation. Anywhere, we used to say in those days that anywhere 12 are gathered, there must be Judas. So there was a Judas in Labour Party's legal team. That's what he's alleging. So it should be of concern to P2B and Labour Party too. Let's continue. Her Labour Party affidavit was reportedly sworn to on June 19, the same day she testified. But APC's legal team already had her affidavit from her National Assembly petition in Cross River State by the next day. This was nothing short of a Niger miracle. He continued, he said, this international observer, he said, in my view, the most significant part of the cross-examination was that prior affidavit in which she claimed that her submission didn't upload to INEC because of a network failure. However, a network failure on her internet provider is not the same as a network failure on INEC's server. Besides, INEC only claimed a glitch on February 25 and not on the day she complained of network failure. Thirdly, and most damningly, INEC's glitch was only for presidential election results and not for National Assembly results on the same date, time, and place, which is utterly impossible. Now he continued to reveal a very deep secret that he found out. He said, my interview afterwards with one of the techies who determined election results elicited the claim that there is a guy who used AI to analyze the data. He confirmed that Tinubu and Atiku, take note of that, he confirmed that Tinubu and Atiku didn't score 25% in more than 12 states, including Abuja. and that only Peter Obi scored 25% in 25 states and Abuja. He further opined that when INEC saw this trend, they immediately intentionally intervened and interrupted the system upload and claimed that the disruption was by glitches. So listen to this man very well, what he's saying here. What he's saying here. Somebody confirmed to him a techie who has used AI, artificial intelligence, to analyze the election data, who confirmed that Tinubu and Atiku didn't score 25% in more than 12 states, including Abuja, and that only Peter Obi scored 25% in 25 states and Abuja. He further opined that when INEC saw this trend, they immediately intentionally interrupted the system upload, then feigned disruption by glitch. So this man is suggesting what happened. P2B was leading. And I have been saying that if you follow my videos, I've been saying that the only explanation for why there was glitch was because P2B was leading. This man, this international observer, has confirmed it in this report, which he got from a techie, somebody who is an expert in technology, who had access to somebody who has used AI, artificial intelligence, to analyze the election data. Fourthly, PW77, that's PW77, the, the Amazon witness, admitted not having access to INEC's password so clearly she would have the same sort of capacity to upload to INEC as INEC staff would. Because what happened was that when the APC dig down, they found that witness was even a participant in the election. They went and dig out her file in INEC, and found out where she was complaining that she couldn't upload her documents. But they wanted to equate uploading of her documents to INEC's uploading of election results. It was a fatal error on their part, and this international observer is showing how the two things were not the same thing. Fifthly, the nature of her upload is different from the type of upload by INEC staff. While she may have been uploading from her laptop, INEC staff were uploading from the Beavers, which was an integrated system tool. Then let us listen to the part of the conclusions that this international observer reached. He said, frankly, my team of 3 legal observers from Washington, Lagos, and Abuja agreed Labour Party's lawyers should have vetted her and selected someone else with less baggage. There are numerous Nigerians in diaspora with Amazon cloud engineer expertise who did not vie for election under Labour Party. Now, what he's saying that expert witness that P2B brought contested the election, was part of the election that was held because he contested National Assembly election in Cross River State. He is a woman from the diaspora. She is an Amazon person, but that her participating in the election damaged her credibility and reputation as an unbiased expert. Okay? But you will see that in the end, This international observer believed that it didn't remove much from her testimony, which was that INEC lied that there was glitches. Nevertheless, PW7 held her own. The fact remains that six health status dashboard results showed no glitch, and she said these were publicly accessible reports which can be obtained by anyone. That remains sacrosanct despite the barrage of attacks. Indeed, Fagbemi, senior advocate of Nigeria, the third round of cross-examination to assail her, claimed there was an Amazon Web Service glitch in September 2021, to which the witness replied, the last glitch on Amazon Web Services was in December 2021, thus solidifying the central thesis of her testimony even more. At the end of it all, it is now incumbent upon the respondents to adduce their own evidence showing documented server failure on February 25, 2023. So despite the way they grade the woman, the way they were able to dig out a lot of things about her, what they cannot take away was that she was able to establish that there was no glitch. And this international observer is saying, okay, what is left now is for INEC to come and prove that there was a glitch, to bring their own evidence when they come to give their own defense, to bring evidence that there was glitch. But as far as he is concerned, there was no glitch, and that woman was able to prove it. Continuing, he said, the significance of the testimony is that it casts INEC's glitch as force majeure, act of man, and not act of God. This bolsters the accusation that INEC acted mal fide, in bad faith, and not bona fide, in good faith. That INEC acted in bad faith. The so-called glitch was in bad faith. It was not in good faith. It was a man-made alteration, intervention that caused INEC not to transmit the results. But what we now know about witness PW7, who are now renamed PW007, at James Bongia, who sent shockwaves into the trial, is that she is a highly intelligent and consummate professional who will stand withering attacks by top-notch lawyers and a patriot who returned from diaspora and a highly lucrative profession to serve her people politically. She knew the risk of bringing her expertise to bear, but she courageously stuck her neck into the fray. She joins a pantheon of witnesses for both Labour Party and Peter Obi, Labour Party and PDP, who took that risk to defy a corrupt and ruthless system. For all the fossilization of Nigeria's practice, I must admit that this was one of the most melodramatic cross-examination I have ever witnessed. I wish Nigerians had had the privilege to watch it in live broadcast, but unfortunately, to the best of my knowledge, he said, there is no historical live recording of what transpired, even by the courts. And that is a loss to the public and even to the profession. At the end, even veteran election litigators At the end, even veteran election litigator Wole Olanikwekun, senior advocate of Nigeria, mellowed down, and in his final question to the witness from Amazon, Corley asks, "Who is the president of America?" To which she answered, "Joe Biden." Wole Olanikwekun, who we all know as a veteran election uh, election petition litigator in Nigeria, who has been reputed with several victories in the tribunal. The woman was able to withstand him. That Amazon Web Services staff was able to withstand him in his questioning. That the man reached to the level that he didn't know what to say again, but to ask him, "Who is the president of America?" And the woman answered, "Joe Biden." Now the witness, the international observer continued. The impending defense of the election will be interesting. I hope the court will allow broadcast of the closing addresses and the verdict thereafter, as first done by the Presidential Election Tribunal of 2007. Nigerians desire, Nigerians deserve greater transparency in the judicial determination of their leadership choice than INEC has availed them. Now, this international observer has recorded a whole lot of things and information that you will not get in Nigeria's mainstream media. What happened in the court? You have heard it. What happened in the court? The day that the Amazon Web Service staff presented the report that shows that there was no glitch, as claimed by INEC, for the reason why they could not transmit the presidential election result, but they were able to transmit National Assembly result. So we are going to see what will be the defense of INEC. And like the man rightly pointed out, as this international observer rightly pointed out, it would have been better, it would be better if they televise this final outcome. But at the same time, the truth be told, as he noted, it would have been better if the whole thing was transmitted live, so that Nigerians would have seen how this woman stood and defended the case. So what happened is that the technology has proven that there was no glitch. What does that portend? How can these results that was gotten with a deliberate sabotage of the INEC server by insiders within INEC produce something that should be acceptable to all Nigerians? What would the court say? Are they going to go ahead with the result, or are they going to call for fresh election? What are they going to say? That is the million-dollar question. But what cannot be taken away from what this international observer observed? The witness of Peter Obi's the witness of Peter Obi has proven beyond reasonable doubt, according to what you can see here, that indeed there was no glitch. And the lady brought a record, which is in public view for anybody to see. The results, the health data of Amazon Web Services for that day showed there was nothing like glitches. I don't know where INEC will manufacture the glitch that they will present in their own defense. Then there was other things this international observer noted, which I had earlier said. It was the media's manipulation and blacking out a whole lot of things coming out from the court. And those things they are blocking out are things that favors Peter Obi, to be frank. But we know we are living in an information age. The traditional media, the NTA and co, they can block anybody, they can black out anything they like. But we have the social media. We have other forms of information, sources of information. That is why 2023 election was different. It was the social media that made it possible for Peter Obi to emerge, despite the traditional media, whatever they might want to do. And he said, this international observer said so many things about the import of what this witness did, how she was able to, become the game changer in this court matter. So it's interesting development, and it should give people hope, and it should also worry those on the side of Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because I don't know how they can be able to defend, and they can be able to defend his his victory. And also note a very important revelation that was made. This international observer made when he spoke with a techie expert who told him what really led to INEC literally not shutting down the transmission of presidential election results. He said that the trend showed that Peter Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar, they were performing so poorly. They couldn't even get up to 25% in 12 states. But Peter Obi was getting 25% in 25 states and the federal capital territory, Abuja. That was the trend. And INEC panicked because it means ab initio, they had a pre-programmed mind of who they want to emerge as winner. And thus they interrupted the process and claimed that it was glitches. Now it had been found out there was no glitches. So we now wait for the courts to give justice. What do the courts, the Presidential Election Petition Court, and finally the Supreme Court, what would they think about this development? Can this election be sustained as the true wishes of Nigerian people, the result of the election that was announced by INEC on March 1st? Can we continue to sustain that? Or is it going to be discarded? Or is there a way that they have to recount the votes and without all those votes that was padded, but was allegedly padded for Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar, for them to come first and second, and then come up with the real vote of Nigerians, which would show that Peter Obi is the only one that was able to get 25% in 25 states and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The ball is in the court of the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. God bless you and yours.